Hello there everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim World 5 video. You join us on the Frankfurt S-Bahn route. This time we are on the Xbox Series X, so let's see how this route will fare Frankfurt. Let's hop into the train. We should be due out quite shortly, due out in about 10 seconds, that's fine. We've got the safety systems on, unisolated and unisolated. So let's get the door shut. But yeah, we're on the S1 today, so sort of the most direct service to Wiesbaden. Takes about 45 minutes. Yeah, literally out of here and just straight down and across on the S1. So it's right up to 80 kilometers an hour. Let's go. Oh, hang on, let's set it to forward. That would probably help. And we'll get the FPS counter up as well, just to see how the route gets on. So on PlayStation 5 Pro we were getting about 48 FPS or so. So it's a similar amount so far. Up to 80. So fairly quick, then up to 90 I believe quite soon as well. As we make our way out of the tunnel. Cool. And we are out. So far it's actually running better on the Xbox Series X, FPS wise, which is surprising. Oh no, it's dropped down a bit now. It's dropped a bit now. It's not doing too bad. Let's see if thanks to Dovetail for giving us the key to show this off. You still get that, like, you can sort of see the sort of the thing, the sleepers almost like loading in ahead of us. Well, not loading in, but sort of the texture on them, which is a bit funny. Yeah, so we're getting similar FPS to the PlayStation. I feel like it's 100 kilometers an hour. I don't want to speed up just in case it's not. And I'm pretty certain it is now 100. Sort of just in the tunnel where it's 80 and 90. Yeah, let's speed up. Let's go to 100. I'm pretty certain it is. Little cheeky look at the HUD. We've only driven this bit once. Yeah, 100. So I think a little cheeky look is all right. But we've only driven this bit. We've driven up to, in the 423, up to here, this station here. Yeah, we've driven to there, I think. And that's it. So I'm sort of going to wing it and do it HUDless. See how we get on. Cool. This is the first stop coming up. 4:30. So as we are on the Xbox, you only get one layer, and that's if you have the Dovetail installed. So we won't see any of those trains on this run. Yeah, you only get one layer. Oh, how long are we as well? Are we 12? Yeah, we're 12. Which is also the same for the PlayStation, but on consoles in general, it's like you only get one layer, and that's if you own the Dovetail. Now you do get the reduced timetable, which is quite a shame. Right down to the end as we're 12 coaches. We'll have to run this on PC, this stretch, to see how it compares. There is quite a difference. The biggest difference is at Hauptbahnhof station, at Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof, and at the long distance airport station. You notice there's a huge difference in the amount of services. There's the S-Bahn one. Yeah, there's like hardly any at this one. Whereas on PC there was loads. Frankfurt Nied, that's the next one. Get the door shut. Very nice looking unit though, this one. Right, let's go. Frankfurt in the head in about 2.5 kilometres. So coming down to 100 kilometres an hour. Still running fairly nicely at this point as well. It's running okay. There's the 100 km an hour on the signal. But this route is basically 3 lines in one. You get the S1, the S8 and the S9, and you could almost count the long distance airport station as another way as well. Yeah, alright, Sifa. Yeah, you've got the S1, which we're doing now, which sort of comes straight out and is the most direct route. You've then got the S8 and the S9, which go down this way, and then the S8 comes sort of to main Autobahnhof, and then the S9 sort of goes through this middle bit. And you've also got the long distance airport stop as well. So there's just lots of different ways you can go. A whole network, basically. There's a 423, that's the other train included with the DLC. I think it's still fairly similar to the Kinzigtalbahn 423. I think they have made some minor changes. Good thing is I haven't had any blurry textures yet on the PS5, well, nor this yet. And this route does come out today as of this video going out. It will cost £29.99, be on consoles, PS5 and Xbox Series only, as well as PC, Epic Games and Steam. We're going a little bit quick into here. You might slide past that a little bit. Yeah, it's not ideal. Let's get the doors open. Bit of a gradient change in that stop. As long as someone goes out the front door, we're alright. Got a bit of time here as well. But actually just as well. Well, they're saying that, is it? Yeah. But you can come into these stops fairly quick and usually get a nice stop. So the other stuff, lots of chimes, isn't there, on there? Loads of them. Nice. Almost to the next stop. Cool. Yeah, a bit of a dodgy stop at that one. Let's forget about that one. And off we go. Only just about fit in though. FPS wise, still running okay. Was it 100? Yeah, what does everyone think of this route so far? I haven't seen all the gameplay from, well, across YouTube. Well, across, yeah, haven't seen the different gameplay. What do you think of this route so far? Is it yay or nay? There has been a lot of unhappiness around the reduced console timetable, which is understandable. That. And here we are coming into our next stop. Fairly large. I'd imagine you probably get quite a bit here of the layers on PC. It's like a fairly sort of big-ish station. Right down to the end. Yeah, the brakes are pretty decent on this train. And there we go, we've got a warning for a 30 as well. That's low. Look at that. Oh no, 80. Like a 3 from that, or from when we were coming in. So I say that would be quite low. So where are we now? We're now up here. So we've sort of got this really straight bit to do. Looks like all the stations are quite close on that bit. Cool, give it 10 more seconds or so. Yeah, the S1. It's our first time doing the S1. We've driven from the next station to Frankfurt, but never driven this way. So almost we're in training for this route. Doors closing, and we got 2 kilometers. Oh no, kilometers to the next stop. That's not far at all. Let's go. Acknowledge that for the 80. It's literally right around the corner then to the next stop. And there we go, we're at 80. Not near enough. Another 430. So you only see the 423. The 423 only seems to do S2 services. So you only see that on this part of the route. Elsewhere you shouldn't see the 423 unless it's AI. Coming into the next, we're going about 70 kilometers an hour into the stop, which is about, what, 40 miles an hour? As we're 12 coaches, so we're always right down to the end of the platform. So you can come in fairly quick. Just be careful at certain stations, like the one we had earlier. And there's obviously a bit of a gradient change in it as well. Here we are. Lovely. Cool. Yeah, so from here on out, I don't know what I'm looking for. We've not done this bit before. Doors closing. It will all be a mystery beyond this point. 1.5 kilometers to Sindlingen. Again, 80 kilometers an hour here. Might be coming across the points, perhaps. Which we are. Yeah, so from here it's all a mystery. Sort of a first look almost. Alright, almost 80. Yeah, I don't know if you can see sort of it. Well, I've noticed on other routes as well, but you can sort of see it loading in ahead of us. Well, you could with those certain sleepers. There's a 423 up there. I think it was 100 kilometers an hour now. So we get a bit of speed on us. And up to 160 is quite quick, although I think this train's top speed is 140. So you should really only go up to 140 and kill the power. Here's our next stop. Oh, so I'm assuming it's all stops. S-Bahn usually is all stops. You don't tend to miss any stops out. And here we are, this stop, Solingen. Still one of the Frankfurt stops. Big old place. Just gotta turn up the audio a little bit as well. Hope it's not too quiet. Cool. And the next stop is right there, not far at all, and that's Hattersheim. Yeah, not far. How frequent is the S1? Let's have a look. I assume they all stop at each stop, so let's have a look. So here it is. What's that? Wiesbaden 27. Oh, some of them don't go all of the way. Some go to Hochheim. But it appears to be every 15 minutes, or every half hour to Wiesbaden, but every 15 minutes going west. What about the other way? I assume just every 15 minutes must be. If it wants to, come on. Oh wait, I mean, it's a bit fidgety. Well, I'd assume yeah, every 15 minutes, but it doesn't seem to want to do it. It's not playing ball. And next stop is Hattersheim. Right, let's get going. So up to 140 on this bit, so fairly quick. Let's get a little, let's get a departure shot. Not a bad horn on this one. One of the better German horns. And again, like 90% of services on this route are 12 coaches, so the longest S-Bahn trains we've had in the game before. Proper long trains. There it goes. Let's speed right up. That tells you your next stop on there as well. You got your line, end destination, and next stop. Wiesbaden on Bahnhof, Hattersheim. And the route is set in 2018 as well, so near enough modern day. I think they did that because there was some sort of airport project. And it was better set for them backdating it. So it is backdated. And it provides a better experience. No, it was only 2 kilometres or so, so it won't be that far to the next stop. But here it is. Coming in fairly quickly. I wonder if any trains use that sort of platform there, or maybe they do on PC. Have a little look, see. Right down the end. I'll go all the way. The FPS has come down a bit here though, maybe because of the other train. About 44 FPS at the moment. Here we are. Let's have a look. Anything to use that platform? Doesn't look like it. Well, maybe on PC, but not on here. So you've got the reduced one on here. Next stop is Edersheim. So I wonder if Hochheim's a fairly sort of busy station then. So that's where some of the services terminate. Right, 3 and a bit kilometres to Edersheim. Let's get an external shot. There it goes. It's back up to 140 kilometres an hour. Very smart looking train though, this one. And you may recognise sort of, well, it might feel similar to another train. It's very similar to that of the DBBR 422, which you've probably driven on either Rheinruhr Osten or Habstrecke Rhein-Ruhr, or even Köln-Aachen, if you've been playing TSW for a long old time. The 430 is sort of an upgraded 422. Very smart looking train. Headlights as well. It's pretty cool. FPS feels a bit funny around here. It feels like it's sort of stuttery a little bit. Is that what the trees may be causing that? Yeah, very sort of stuttery along this bit. You can feel it. You can sort of feel it as well. Well, you can see it at 30 sort of FPS when it's a yellow there. It doesn't like it here. We got a semaphore signal. Cool. Sifa. I wonder if that's 18 kilometers to Wiesbaden on the counter. Oh, here's the next stop. We're going to slow down for it. Again, this is usually our first time ever running the S1. So we made one mistake so far. But apart from that, so far so good. There you got semaphores here, lovely. There's also another, is it like, there's a place called like Rüdesheim, which that has semaphores as well. Quite cool to see a mix of sort of new signals and old signals on here. Always a nice treat seeing a semaphore. And you've even got the old CIS on here as well. Sort of the older style. Nice. This is, yeah, Edesheim. And after this we've got Flüsheim. And another Scheim, well, Heim that one. So we're getting there, we're doing that at 54, so we've got about 20 minutes still. And we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stops, so yeah, we ain't got many left. It's been a nice run so far. That's where we are on the map. And we got 3 kilometers to Flüsheim. Let's watch it leaving again. Quite like these little sort of departure shots. Very smart. And there it goes. But no, this gameplay has been on the Xbox Series X. Not sure how it will fare on the S. That might be a bit funny. In fact, yeah, how will it run on the S? Because I mean, that's quite a weak machine. If you're on the S, yeah, that's probably going to be interesting to see how it will, how that would fare. I doubt very well. I don't know if anyone's playing on the S. Let us know in the comments. What is it like on there? I mean, if they've had to cut down services on all the others on the console, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it is on there. Is that the other railway there? I think there's some construction up there as well. They're building. What's going on up there? Doing something up there. This bit randomly reminds me of rapid transit. That bit between was it Bittenfeld and Leipzig? I don't know. Sort of weirdly, it reminds me of that. This part of the route. Oh, look at that! Plane coming into Frankfurt. Be too far to the next stop either. I'll sort of slow down a little bit just in case. To a slightly more manageable speed. There is the next stop. It's only 3 kilometers, which comes down pretty quickly. Yeah, alright, there it is. Loaded in quite late. And if you have made it this far in the video, thanks all for staying in. I might sound a bit quieter on this one. I've been doing videos on here most of the day, so yeah, trying to find things to say which I haven't already mentioned once or twice. Right down the end again. I'm going to try and get a photo of another train. We haven't done that yet. There we are. That's all the way over there now. Can we even pick that up? Not that well. No, we'll leave that. Where's that one going to? That's the S1 going to Rodomack, Oberroden, wherever that is. I mean, some of them, I think the S8 and the S9, they go to, or what I think is it the one of the other S-Bahn services. They go to Hanau, or Hanau, which is on the Kinzigtal Bahn. So I don't know if at some point the 430 will substitute onto the Kinzigtal Bahn. Hochheim next, or Hochheim in 6 kilometres. We've only got 3 minutes to do that. So there's sort of big gaps now between the stops. Yeah, that's quite a way. Look at that, it's all the way over there. Huge gap. And again, I think we can only get up to 140, ideally. But let me do a quick Google search. What is the top speed of this train? So the line speed's 160. Obviously, ideally, we shouldn't be going above the operating speed. Another train there waiting. But yeah, 140 kilometres an hour, which is 87 miles an hour. That is the top permitted speed of this train. What's that one there? That was the S1 there. What's that one there? What's this one? Oh, it's another S. Oh, that one's not in service. Some sort of empty stock mover. So it still feels, you know, once you sort of get out of Frankfurt, it still feels lively. It's just not what, you know, in Frankfurt, it's just a bit dead. And especially at the long distance airport stop, that is completely dead. So I do hope they may be able to add maybe some more layers in. Maybe not all of the layers, but some. So it'd be nice to get the ICE 3 and ICE 1 at least. Just in that long distance airport stop is a bit more lively. Cool. Barriers go down really late. Slightly worrying. Well, the level crossing barriers there weren't even down. Well, they were about what, 3/4 of the way down as we were going through. I've noticed that with quite a lot of recent routes, the barriers just seem to be really slow. Proper around the countryside here. Look at this. Sort of river there to the left of us. I wonder if that's the Rhine River. No, that's not the Rhine. What's that one there? Yeah, proper out though. Probably like the most rural part of the route. Can't be too fast. The next one we got over there. What are they, silos? Yeah. They almost look like salt and pepper shakers. There's buildings there. No, I think they're silos of some sort. Right, I think we must be coming up to Hochheim, where some services do terminate. Yeah, this must be it coming up. So if you're under a slightly shorter S1, it's just to here. Seafoot. Wonder if that would go into the bay or loop platform over there, the terminating ones. So it's quite frequent on the S1. Well, I think all of the S-Bahn lines are about every 15 minutes or so. So it's a proper busy service, and it's also 24/7 as well, or 24 hours. So there are services at like 2 AM in the morning, 3 AM in the morning. No, it's not that tight of a platform. Plenty of room. Probably could have stopped on that one there. And we're running behind. Yeah, I suppose the Terminators must go into that platform there. Let's have a look. Yeah, some do. Terminate there. Right, Mans Castle next in about 5 kilometres. So again, sort of big gaps between stops on this specific line. We're almost there now though. And actually we do join up with the I think this is the S9 which joins up. So we get a little bit busier. So I wonder if the speed will drop fairly soon. So it did look like we were going to go around a bit of a corner. Right, so here's the other line joining up, and there is a speed drop down to 100. Yeah, so this is the S9 joining up with us, which is the second, or the middle, sort of, the middle one. As this one here, the S1 takes 45 minutes. The S9 takes 50 minutes, or so, and then the S8 takes yeah, it's about 57 or so minutes. That's like that's the slowest one. Up to 140. Well, I can't imagine we're that far from the next stop already. Again, it was only 4 kilometres, so that's not that far. And we have got a warning for a 100. Where's the FPS gone? Let's put that back up. Wiesbaden's another sort of FPS low spot. But Wiesbaden's another place you'd notice less trains, as I think quite a lot of the ICE services, they start and end at Wiesbaden. So there's a bit of a lack of trains there, unfortunately. Warning for, is that 90? 90. Well, I think we're coming up to the next stop. I've slowed it right down. Maybe not just yet. Soon. Seafair yet. Number 430. Again, very nice looking train. And yeah, all just 12 coaches as well. And even you can do, even the 423 you can do as 12 coach. Occasionally. But there's 3 and a half trains included with the route. You get the 430, the 423, the 143, and then you also get the Doppelstockwagen cab car. And then again, if you're on console, there's 1 layer, and that's if you own the Kinzigtalbahn with the ICET. Although if you're on PC, I think Bremen-Oldenburg, Kassel-Würzburg, Main-Talbahn, Niedertalbahn, all add sort of stuff to the route. Right down the end again. Here we are. This is one of the manned stops. And we're basically on time as well, so good. Oh, just about get... Oh, no. No, you're not getting on. Oh, that was an epic fail. Missed the train. Wiesbaden Ost next in 4 kilometres. Yeah, so before that we get the S8 joining up. And it's sort of the final bit into, well, Wiesbaden. So we are getting to journey's end. But it's been a nice service, this one. And that sort of completes, that we've then done all of the S-Bahn services on here. I don't think there's any other ones we haven't done. We've done the S1, the S8 and the S9, and also the S2. Well, the S2 is only the little one, which you can do like 12 minutes of. And performance-wise, it's been alright. I'd say sort of matching the PlayStation 5 Pro. I just hope one day they can add the full timetable to console, although probably won't happen. But it would be cool, or at least maybe a couple more layers. Or just give us the full timetable and give people the option to use it or not. Have perhaps the reduced timetable as the recommended timetable, and then the full timetable was sort of the full timetable at your own risk. Or perhaps there'll be a big core update which will sort the consoles out and the memory leak issues and stuff. Because that's probably why we don't have the full timetable. Probably perhaps because of the memory leak, the blurry textures issue on consoles. Potentially because of that. That's the inside. The other station's just the other side. Yeah, alright, safer. Always wants to stick its audio in. Right, this is Wiesbaden Ost, which is what, south? No, what's Ost? East, I assume, east. I think south is Sud. Right down the end again. So this station here probably is one of the busiest ones on the console, which you'll get all of the S-Bahn services stopping here, including, I believe, yeah, the S. Yeah, you'll get the S8, the S9, and the S1 stopping here. So it should be, well, fairly busy. There's another train just there. Is that the 143? Oh, that's the 143. So even the 143 comes here as well. I don't know, the FPS goes right down when you hover over the service there. Right, get the door shut, and onwards to Wiesbaden. In just 3 kilometres. Full power, full beans. But yeah, Wiesbaden's a bit quiet. Well, it's still busy, but it's quieter than it would be with all of the ICE services. There's a lot do start there, start and end there. Obviously, we won't see them on the console, sadly. But nice train to drive this one, fairly straightforward. It's just the power brake controller, literally just 2 buttons. One to brake, one to accelerate. And you get the nice big open window as well, which I know a lot of you do like. I do like my Electro Stars, but yeah, it's quite nice having the big windscreen. There's an S8 over there. Green over yellow. As we approach the final stop. And you could, now with this route, do a full journey from Kassel or even Würzburg all the way to Koblenz. Yeah, either Kassel or Würzburg up to Fielder. Fielder, route hop over to King Zigtalbahn, all the way to Frankfurt, route hop to this route. Then do a service to Mainz, or Mainz. And then route hop to Linke Rheinstrecke and go all the way up to Koblenz. That would be a journey and a half. It's almost tempting to do at some point, because it just sounds cool, but I mean that is a few hours. Like a whole little circuit. Although it is sort of tempting to do that, but that is a long old way. I'm trying to work out how long that would be. It's about 30 minutes or 35 minutes from Kassel or Würzburg to Fielder. Then what about an hour? Is it about an hour over to Frankfurt? So that's about an hour and a half, let's say. Another 40 minutes, 2 hours 10. That'd be about what, 3 hours? We'll say about 3 hours 20 minutes to do Kassel or Würzburg to Koblenz, but it'd be quite cool to do. The only thing with Linke Rheinstrecke is it's backdated, so it is a 90s route. Well, that'll be okay. Seafert. Cool. I've got like a splinter or something. Trying to remove that whilst driving. And there's a stop marker here. Well, this is Wiesbaden, which yeah, does look a lot busier with all of the ICE trains. It's still busy-ish, but not obviously as busy as it could be. And here we are, let's do the doors. What's this one here? You've got the S8, and over here you've got an S9. All nicely together. That one leaves at 1719, that's 1711. Another one goes back out at... Oh, and there's the one for free coming in. Look, all of the 1705, this one goes back. Yeah, so you'd have the ICE stuff over on those platforms, which you still can see some, which I think they are the ICE. In fact, what time's that on? 1733, 826. Could be the ICET stuff. But yeah, that is coming from me. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed it. Links can be found in all of the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store, as well as our affiliate link to the lovely UK departure boards. And we've also got the coupon for 5% off as well. Feel free to check that out. Apart from that, thanks to Dovetail for giving us the key to show this off. Good fun, and it is out today for £29.99. PS5, Xbox Series, Steam and Epic Games. Apart from that, see you all and take care. Bye guys.